I never drink wine.
Spooky and scary!
Come on, take,
Got a bone to pick!
puny humans.
Got a bone to pick!
Proud warriors.
Got milk?
Let's make some kebabs.
Got milk?
I find your suffering
This might sting.
exquisite. Not my blood type. You'll be a fine feast. I never drink
Any
wine.
last words? Let's make some kebabs.
Milk? Got milk?
I find your suffering exquisite.
This might sting.
Not my blood type. You'll be a fine feast. I never drink
Any last
wine.
words?
Spooky and scary!
Let's make some kebabs.
I find your suffering
Who let the
exquisite.
dogs out?
This might sting.
Not my blood type.
Spooky and
You'll be a
scary!
fine feast.
Come on, take, come on, take.
Any last words?
Got a bone to pick!
I never drink. I find your suffering not my blood type. You'll be a
Let's
fine
make some
feast.
kebabs.
I never drink wine.
Got milk? Got milk?
This might sting.
Got milk?
Any last words?
Who let the dogs out?
I find your suffering exquisite. Not my blood type.
Got a bone to pick!
Let's make some kebabs.
You'll be a fine feast.
Got milk? Got milk?
This might sting.
Got milk?
Any last words?
Puny humans.
Let's make some kebabs.
Proud warriors.
I never drink wine. I find your suffering exquisite.
This might sting.
Come on, take, come on, take.
Not my blood type.
Any last words?
You'll be a fine feast.
Let's make some kebabs.
Ghosts and ashes.
I never drink wine. I find your suffering exquisite.
This might sting.
Not my blood type.
Death won't save you.
feast. I never drink wine.
No rest for the wicked.
I find your
Let's make some
suffering
kebabs.
exquisite. Not my blood type. You'll be a fine feast.
We come at night.
This might sting!
I never drink wine. I find your suffering exquisite.
Ghosts and ashes.
Not my blood type.
Any last words?
Death won't save you.
Let's make some kebabs.
You'll be a fine feast.
No rest.
This might sting!
I never drink. I find your suffering exquisite.
Any last words?
We come at night.
Let's make some kebabs.
Ghosts and ashes.
Not my blood type.
This might sting!
You'll be a fine feast. I never drink wine.
Any last words?
I find your suffering exquisite. Not my blood type.
No rest for the wicked.
You'll be a fine feast.
Let's make some kebabs.
Death won't save you. We come at night.
I never drink. I find your suffering
This might
exquisite.
sting!
Not my blood type.
Any last words?
You'll be a fine feast.
Let's make some kebabs.
I never drink wine. I find your suffering exquisite.
You need humans.
This might sting!
Not my blood type.
We die, we live again.
You'll be a fine feast. I never drink wine. I find your suffering exquisite. Not my blood
Any
type.
last words?
You'll be a fine feast. I never drink wine. I find your suffering exquisite. Not my blood type.
Let's make some kebabs.
Get some.
This might sting!
We die,
You'll be
we
a
live
fine
again.
feast. I never drink wine.
Any last words?
I find your suffering exquisite.
Let's go wreck it. No rest for the wicked.
Let's make some kebabs.
Not my blood type.
This one knows how to count. Let's go wreck it. This one knows how to count. Let's go, wreckage!
You'll be a fine feast. I never drink wine.
Any last words?
Death won't save you.
Not my blood type. You'll be a fine feast.
Let's make some kebabs.
I never drink wine.
This might sting.
No rest for the wicked.
Any last words?
I find your suffering exquisite. Not my blood type.
Become at night.
Let's make some kebabs.
You'll be a fine feast. I never drink wine. I find your suffering exquisite.
This might sting.
Not my blood type.
Ghosts and ashes.
Big old pile of them bones!
No rest for the wicked.
Any last
You'll be a
words?
fine feast.
Let's make some kebabs.
This one knows how to count.
Death won't save you.
I never drink wine. I find your suffering exquisite.
Become at night.
This might sting.
No rest.
Not my blood type.
Big old pile of them bones!
Any last words?
You'll be a fine feast.
Let's make some kebabs.
I never drink wine.
Big old pile of them bones!
I find your suffering exquisite.
This might sting.
Not my blood type.
Big old pile of them bones!
You'll be a fine feast.
Any last
I
words?
never drink
Let's
wine.
make some kebabs.
I find your suffering exquisite.
Bone appetit! Bone appetit!
Not my blood type.
This might sting.
Bone appetit!
You'll be a
Any
fine
last
feast.
words?
Bone appetit!
Let's make some kebabs.
Bone appetit!
This might sting.
never drink wine. I find your suffering exquisite.
Any last words? Let's make some kebabs.
Not my blood type.
Get some, get some.
You'll be a fine feast. I never drink wine. I find your suffering exquisite.
This might
Not
sting.
my blood type.
Come get some.
You'll be a fine feast.
Any last words? Let's make some kebabs.
I never drink wine.
This might sting.
I find your suffering exquisite.